Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Get the Bag Mark. I'm here with Fraq KTR, and we got Anubis on the board for Villainous and Akimbo. Let's hop right into things. Down mid, things will start hot as Beast and Florence, they trade out one apiece.
Yeah, a quick play coming out from the tees, opting to end towards his A site, but Flixie in a really powerful position is only able to find one with those paradualies, but Katie chimes in with one of her own, and we are left in a 3-on-2 in favor of these CTs. And look at these Ts, they're getting active. They're trying to take maybe some of the CT control, and oh, some whiff shots come out, but Nox does get the kill in the end. All left down on Beast in a 1-on-2, but that is going to be cleaned up by Nice, and it's a pistol round on the board for Akimbo.
Just how Akimbo like it, right? Close and right to the point. That's how they like to get things started. A very, very good foundation that they are going to lay to this defense economically, right? You get this pistol round up, and they're hoping to double up, especially with no bomb plant that came through, probably to go against some modest Glocks.
Yeah, and with 4 MP9s, we should see a lot of farmed money come out against these 4 Glocks and 1 Deagle, but oh, that Deagle is going to get chunked down by that nade very early on in the round. These Ts look to just play kind of slow and not give anything, but just like that, Beast is out of the round. Goes down to 2 nades before even spotting a single CT body.
Oh, Jace Feltner, what a shot back. And I mean, it's going to be quite a stunner here, but they're going to need more than that. That's the only Deagle that is up, so God forbid a little bit of crazy nonsense to happen, and we might just have on this round. But we won't get too ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we're gonna need to see some heroics come out of that Deagle on Jace Feltner, and oh, just like that, Katie, she mops down 3.
That's more
it's
like
all
it.
left. Yeah, it's all left down on Tyra in a 1-on-4 with only a Glock, but maybe finds 1 in the back here against Nox, but that should be all that the round is able to play for us. But with that bomb down in mid, these 3 CTs don't want to give away anything else. And just like that,
Ooh.
Akimbo get their second.
Flixi's going to let him know as well to stay down, but there you go. That is a very nice second that Akimbo lay on. And when you still have these MP9s, Fraq, still in the mix, you're an IGL, you know, you need to cook up something here, maybe a little bit of start round aggression. Is that something you're a fan of? Or really, do you try and save what is, you know, the remaining part of this bonus for maybe, you know, a minute 30 into the round?
Honestly, usually what I would call would be I'd get the players who died, get them on M4s, and have those MP9s drop over some util to them, and that's where you get those MP9s active. And Katie here looking to get a little bit active over towards mid, creeping up onto that top mid smoke. And these 2 Ts here boosting. Oh, we're gonna spot Katie, but she whips off the head of Beast through the smoke, through the top of that smoke, and Akimbo have a quick 5-on-4 advantage, and with good map control still in the hands of these CTs, they should be able to snowball it. And that kill from Nox and this kill from Florence look to possibly seal this first gun round, but Tyra and Binox, last 2 players for Villainous, walking over towards this B site. Gonna be walking into 3 CTs, and Florence gets caught out a little bit, but he takes down the first. Binox with a nice shot onto Florence, getting flanked by Katie, and it's gonna get run down, and Nox finishes it off with a 2K in the round, I believe. Or nope, I lied. That was the first for Nox that round, but Akimbo with 3.
Here you go. I mean, that's going to be Katie again in middle with a very, very nice kill. The impact being felt, though it is just the 1, and the utility came at just the right times for Akimbo. Villainous caught sleeping in the canals as well. That was perfect. And I mean, right now you can really not feel like you can fall behind in this game. You got to at least get up something here with a bit of a half buy. You got 3 players with armor and then lots of sets out here in the nades. So let's see where they try to get aggressive as Nox. He's going to try and meet this at the point, and a point hit is, my gosh, what a destruction by Nox to just continue in here to be main. We're almost hoping for the 4K, but he would rather save the AK and his life.
Yeah, that's absolutely stellar play coming out from Nox. Finding 3 and really just shutting down any chance that Villainous had in that round. Absolutely a stellar series of rounds so far for Akimbo. 4 on the board.
But Villainous, now that you have this op up, this AK, right, you can start to get this thing going here on the T side. I think that we're still kind of speaking Ancient to be definitely a little bit of a T-sided map here still, right, from Go to CS2. Nothing changes too much. But right now, when you're just having the half that Akimbo have had, right, we saw this in their last Anubis game, but they can be having opponents that are a little bit bothersome with this middle control, and that is exactly the chord that Villainous are striking this round. Is Tyra right around the corner? That's a nice headshot, but Katie answers back.
Ooh, Katie with 2 shuts down that mid aggression from Villainous, and now look at the rest of these T's grouping over to towards this A bomb site, and the main point of defense here goes down as Flixie drops to Dopplers. Katie with a 3rd in the round, a 4th, and a 5th! Oh my lord, pardon my voice crack, but Katie with an absolutely disgusting spray transfer to get all 5 in the round.
Oh my goodness. The unstoppable force in middle. All the players that are just responsible to help Katie right there with the rotation. They're just like, hey man, we're waiting for the call when it comes in. Katie does not need the help, taking care of it all, even coming in with the rotation herself and finishing off the job. 11-1 is quite superb.
Oh, that round looked like it could have been the first on the board for Villainous as they take down Flixie in sight, but Katie just absolutely slamming the door shut of that A-bomb site, and so far, Katie has been the absolute rock for this Akimbo side.
Doppler's knocking out the door right here. Whole squad lining up, no damage dealt, and within 40 seconds, honestly, that is quite a feat for Villainous, and now they're looking to send it all as a group. I believe Jess Feltner's still in the middle, but here comes the rest of the pack, and a bit of an arm sticking out. 2 players just going to be on this. Flixie to bite the dust first, but a good entry for Villainous.
When Katie responds and Nice chimes in with one of his own, make that 2 as he swings around and kills J.S. Feltner in mid. Tyva finds Nice, and now we're left in a 2-1-2, but Nox coming out on the rotate, and who else but Katie to shut down another Villainous attempt to get on the board. Oh my lord. Every time that Villainous look like they've found a solution, Katie comes back in and absolutely shuts them down.
Every time they find a solution, right, she proves that she's the problem. I mean, it's just crazy. 13-1, even the little 2K right there. It is just so important, and about time Villainous takes a pause. And I mean, really, when you just are dealing with a downfall like this, you gotta just take some time to really just sit and just wonder, how are we going to crack back into the defense here? I mean, this is supposed to be an offensive map that currently we're falling behind on. I don't know if you got to get too complicated with the thoughts, because currently it just seems like they're losing at the point of attack.
Yeah, so far, everything that Villainous has tried to throw at this Akimbo side is, for as much field advantage as they gain, they lose twice as much in return, and this buy isn't going to be great. We're going to see an op come out, but at the expense of utility, and a Galil, but with full belt. But these T's slowing it down in this round, trying to make Akimbo maybe overthink a little bit, but Akimbo not willing to give this T side any space to work so far. KD with a big duel in mid does go down to Tyva, leaving him at 2 HP, but oh, look at this play. JS Feltner prepping in that B main smoke. Will opt to walk back, but Villainous for maybe the first time in a while are actually sitting in a man advantage situation. And they opt to go over towards this B site. And it's going to be Nox that is called upon to make a play. JS Feltner walks out, but instantly gets his head whipped off by Nox. Wow. And Nox with 2 does go down to Beast, but gets 2 for his troubles. Florence on the rotate from Palace with the up here. Isn't able to find anything, but we find ourselves in a 3-on-3 post.
Ooh, and Doppler might be having double trouble here in the canals. Does he know about that second player, or does Nice even go on that idea? Flashback in will expose the decision, but now an incision right into Beast's head. That is a clean headshot. Nice now playing with fire. Is going to be made to retire by that op, and Florence will as well. Villainous get on the board with their first round.
Oh, Villainous on the board, and they do manage to close it out in the end. Is no amount of heroics from Nox there can save Akimbo, but oh, look at this economy. You and I have touched on it a lot with some of our casts here, and this MR12 economy, even though you're up 6 rounds, only surviving with 3 and then 2 in the most recent round wins is absolutely brutal, as they're now on a breaking point if they lose this round.
No, certainly. I mean, as fast as you came up 6-0, it could be taken away from you even quicker. As Villainous has an opening kill that you don't normally find, and this will be a tough one, but another opening kill. And Doppler's working on that other extremity. Now the sights will be open, and Villainous, he's got a good trade onto the one who Nox has gone down 2v4.
Yeah, Binox and Noxio, 2 very similar names, but oh man, Villainous with a very convincing round here so far, as Akimbo should just opt to save, but Doppler will find Katie on a late lurk over towards Sippin, and all left on Flixie and a 104. We'll just opt to save this M4. Opt probably too far away to save, and I don't believe Villainous will allow him to go searching for it. And that's 2 on the board for Villainous, and like we were talking about, look at the economy here. It's going to be very rough going into this round. Katie with enough money to rebuy, Flixie with maybe enough money to drop an SMG here, but realistically, it's probably going to be a save coming out from Akimbo. Next round, Katie can drop over and opt to Florence, and they'll be back on full rifles. But here, you should just be looking for maybe a stack with the pistols and some heroics out of Flixie. But outside of that, this should, on paper, be a 3rd round for Villainous. Ooh, color me a little bit surprised. Actually, Akimbo do opt to buy into this. MP9s. Wait, is there an MP9 in spawn? I think we just left an MP9 in spawn. I could be wrong, but
maybe return.
Oh, definitely returned. I forgot that's a feature. But 2 M4s, an MP9, and 2 pistols coming out for these CTs as they opt to force into here into round number 9.
Fraq, I thought you were the Valorant guy, man. How could you forget about that? Ripped straight from the game, but they're going to be working with the premium rifles, 2 of them. Katie in middle, you're going to absolutely want to have this on her. Nice getting aggressive on the outside of the map is making it happen, forcing Villainous to be.
Oh, man. 2 absolutely amazing kills coming out from Akimbo, and I don't think they expected Katie to be able to be up that close after throwing that mid-molly, but Akimbo with 2-man advantage is able to stack over towards his B site, and Florence finds 1, but at the price of the other 2 players on the site, or Florence and Flixie. And now we see Binox in a 1-on-3 with the up. He's going to be walking over towards E-Box. Not going to spot the player there yet. Drops the smoke in towards Palace, but after a little bit of a bait and switch, Katie does find Binox, and that's a 7th round on the board for Akimbo.
Beautifully done. You even thought there was a chance there by the opper, but really, I mean, all the damage had came so early. Honestly, a decent stand there, just trading onto B by the offense, but Akimbo, I mean, it surprised all of us, right? Getting that investment going. I guess Flixie getting over that M4, definitely an advocate for it, and pays off in dividends. Now Florence will have up that AWP finally.
Yeah, Florence back on that op, and we're gonna see some A main aggression. They will opt to walk up towards boats and peek, and gonna hear some Util get prepped, and oh, Florence finds the attack through the wall, and finds the kill with the P250. The cost of 91 hit points, but they do get a man advantage out of it.
Man, oh man. That was quite the situation. Tyra, he's making one right now. Smoke has faded in this Canal's position, but it's where he pivots. It's the timing that he finds. 2 players behind this pillar, Fraq. This could be deadly. They're going for this boost, but I don't know if they're going to be able to be checked out here by Tyra, being pretty modest, but it's allowed his team to take the site and secure a good post plant. As that does go down, Nox and Nice have found 2, but Beast has responded.
Yeah, 2-on-4 retake here. And Binox with this op is gonna have to come up big, and starts it off with a kill over towards Nice and posts it up on Flixie, but turns away at the worst possible moment. Flixie now, all he has to do is just run distraction for the rest of his team, but it's not gonna matter if Beast finds 2 clean headshots, and Binox is able to get a second there, and oh man, a 2-on-4 post plant that Villainous probably shouldn't have been able to win, but they get 3 on the board, and look at the money here for Akimbo.
Blink and you miss it. That all just happened in a split second, those final 3 frags. And really was quite a pill to swallow for Akimbo. Now, Katie going for this Hero M4. Who could blame the call? This is definitely one they can bring back. We know how strong these pistols can be, but Villainous have got to get this going eventually, and a 7-5 would do them well, but they've got to start here. Ooh, that's a great start.
Ooh, and there's 2. Katie and Florence both go down, but more importantly, that M4 on Katie is the only big gun that they bought into this round. Nice getting aggressive out of B main, is going to spot the player, but not the kill. And that's a free A bomb site for Villainous, and should be a 4th round now for these T's. Excuse me.
Yeah, and I mean, we can sort of look at Flixie and Jace Feltner, unfortunately, 2 of the players that aren't doing the best statistically, but, you know, Flixie is a player we expect to get this going a little bit earlier, obviously, being that he is this A anchor. Sometimes he'll just literally see nobody, and then it's too late when the retake comes about, but, you know, being that, you know, bad or unlucky situation, it's going to be frustrating, and I know that he's going to be hungry to get on the board soon, so we're due for a big Flixie round, but in the meantime, Nox, he might look to pull over one more. Players out of dodge from the site, but Nox just gonna try and tap it to bring a couple back, and it will work. All the damage has been done. That is crazy. The other player does get away though. Guns found as well, and he doesn't have another pocket for that lone AK on the ground. What a tragedy.
That's actually a great little bit of a little saving grace in that round, if you will. That's 2 AKs picked up for essentially free and a few kills, and now that allows these CTs to get a much better buy going into this final round of the first half here. And as you were talking about, Flixie not doing super great so far, but you and I have had the pleasure of playing with him on LAN before, and we both know that he is someone who definitely does have the brain power and can activate, but look at the way that Binox is activating right now, coming up through sewers and finding 3 kills into this B-bomb site.
There might be a fourth as well. One player right next to the smoke, and that is just deadly. A huge 4K for Binox coming out of the half. That'll hype up the team for sure. And you know what? You know, we can go to the point of, you know, we do have, we had a nice, I believe it was my first to land. I got to team up with Flixie here in St. Louis, and it was a great weekend. You know, I learned a lot from what still is. I mean, it's insane that Flixie is still going at a high level even 2 years later to this point. But this is definitely a guy that loves to thrive off a little bit of emotion, right? You know, Akimbo's up and winning, but, you know, there's no doubt that, I mean, Flixie's a great competitor and he'll keep his nerve, but there's definitely a part of him going, I want to have some more impact personally.
Yeah, Flixie definitely, from everything that we got to play with him. Isn't usually the type to get into his own head, so I think he can definitely still activate here, but oh my lord. Some amazing kills coming out from these pistols, and left in a Nice 1-on-5, and what a treat would it be, but Hinox slamming that door closed.
And Fraq, you look at the scoreboard right now, you might as well cook it up to a 7-7 because there was not even a thought close to a bomb plant in that situation. I mean, as Akimbo, like we said, as quickly as you rose, the quicker you can fall. And right now, Villainous, they are knocking at the door. But Akimbo, like the last time we saw them in Anubis, once they were able to get over to this offensive side, they were able to turn it on. Let's just see them get their money right.
Yeah, they're saving this round knowing that they can get out AKs into the next, and a early kill coming out onto Katie. And look at the buy so far. I mean, we have a Nova out.
This is my kind of buy.
Yeah, I am absolutely here for a Nova on Binox, trying to farm up some money, get that op out as soon as possible, because from what we saw in that last round of the first half, Binox's op can and will be a difference maker for this Villainous side.
Round number 15, and now you should finally have that response from Akimbo, getting up with these rifles right now, and this is really a fluid offense that once they can get going, I mean, I think it's a testament to the map of Anubis, but really staying to that 5 AK style, keeping each one of your players able to just stay active throughout the entire round, switching just quickly from A to B, maybe even later on. I mean, these guys, they're equipped and they're ready to go into this one, but maybe not in the nade category, looking a little thin.
Yeah, Villainous picking up 7 of these last 8 rounds almost makes you wonder, should Akimbo have taken a timeout before going into the first gun round here? But they're confident in their game plan. They're just going to run what they know. And look at this play. Flixie getting flashed in towards A main. Binox here with the Nova. Getting baited for it. And ooh, Flixie goes down to Binox with a little bit of an assist from Tyra. But over in towards, I believe that was that mid?
Yeah,
Katie.
that was smack dab right in the mid. Katie causing that havoc.
Dropping JS Feltner, and just like that, we're left in a 4-on-4. But Beast and Nox trading one back and forth, and Nox with 2 coming up from E-Box, smoking off Palace, and
what?
Oh, what is this play for
the Nova? Fraq, I would rather have nobody else on the cast to see this. He swapped it out, but what a play from the shotgun. He's gone back to it. Bomb in his lap. He's going for it. Katie gonna clutch up, but the Nova almost had its golden moment.
Maybe a little bit overzealous to
stay
on that Nova for the last kill, but oh man, 3 huge kills coming out before that. Can you really blame the man?
I don't think so. $1,200 only profit right there. But Akimbo, that'll give them their ticket back into this game. They get their round, and I mean, let's see them try and rotate off that, right? We saw the hiccup come from one round after that 6-0 feat that Akimbo were able to post, and that's what flew the defense right into really what ended up being a pretty troubling half after that. Maybe they can send Villainous into the same cycle.
Yeah, Akimbo looked to break the very solid streak of rounds that Villainous has put up, but This is going to be a very, very important round here. Both of these teams are going to be essentially on a breaking point economically. 1900 for both sides for whoever loses. A missed flash into E-Box, but not still opting to walk up. And again, it's Katie finding that kill onto Tyva in mid.
And you look at this B split, it was sort of being cooked up, but now with this all of this B main aggression that Nice will take care of. They know that these players have got to be out of position. That includes Beast, who's able to wrap around and get that kill. But now, all of this ejection back from B. They're going to be quickly into mid and trying to split into A. There's one player here to try and make him pay. Getting the first. Katie has slipped by, but I'm not sure if it was with the device. Now we're just having to deal with it. That bomb's still out in the open. Oh, the tag.
Ooh. Tag, but it goes both ways, and Villainous on 27 HP should... Oh, actually does opt to rotate in, USP in hand, but Nice and Flixie both looking at CT entrance, and that's gonna be the save call for Villainous. Villainous just trying to get away with this op, save it into round number 17, and possibly upgrading one of that Galil up to an AK, but first you need to secure the round, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Villainous will just get out of dodge, and I mean, maybe we can even see the Nova come back out in these hands, but unfortunately, we're going to have to pick up the big green for at least one more. Would definitely love to see this saved over. Is getting closer to Nice. Would have to be an unfortunate situation. Not going to get caught on it. That op will be saved over, and now Akimbo extend it to another lead.
Yeah, and Akimbo now with a 2-round buffer. Back in the driver's seat, as Villainous is going to be forced into saving this round. Op on Villainous is going to be the only real gun they have in this round. A P250, but that op is going to have to be the difference maker if Villainous wants to get their 8th here.
And we'll see where they send that. Villainous gonna be cooking something up here outside of A. We've already seen Nox cross the other side of it, but the rest of these pistols are going to try and get active towards the bottom of B here. You know, you can sort of just sit and wait in the middle, try and find a timing. Tyra to go through on the edge of the smoke, but there is Nox finding that op, and now the cat's out of the bag.
Yep, and that's going to be an op picked up currently in the hands of Flixie, but likely drop to Florence if they do opt to keep it. But most importantly, they just want to keep these CTs from being able to retrieve it. And Katie fighting Tyra only on a USP there, but the 3 remaining CTs all towards this B site. And Florence gets 1, Florence gets 2, and Doppler's just hiding over towards B. No real chance in this round. In a 1-on-5 would be maybe clip of the year for LCA. He does end up winning this, but Akimbo look to post their 10th.
I say good luck, Dopplers, but unfortunately, he may be doubting himself even. Not a horrible thought, though. 1v5 is quite steep. Doesn't want to break the sweat, climbing the mountain. 9-7 is our score. We'll extend it by 1 more. Double digits to be found by Akimbo first, and that has got to be a good feeling, especially after the hiccup of Villainous towards the end of the first half, beginning of the second, and now they're back on track, Akimbo.
Yep, Akimbo, the first to find double digits here on Anubis, and they look to snowball their momentum into 3 more rounds. But now it's going to be the buyback from Villainous in round number 18 here. 1-on-4 bot, an op available for Binox, but it would be a glass cannon. Let's see what they opt to do here. And it's going to be 4-on-4s from us. And they are a little bit light on utility here, as they only have that 1 Molotov on Tyra.
That is not a sight you want to see, but oh, that is The damage on Katie early, I mean, 20 and 8. You got 18 and 11 on Nox, you know. There are your two clear targets if you're a Villainous fan. Get those players out of the round, and we'll see what Akimbo are able to do without him. But Katie taking all this space in middle, and it's really just going to be left alone, held from inside of A.
Yeah, JS Feltner watching that cross from A site, holding camera, but Katie very content just sitting in-house here, listening and controlling some rotates.
Nieces as well, just looking to hold the line, knowing this aggression could come from B main, like in a nice mid-round flash aggression. But the setup, it is certainly set, and Binox, he's looking to hold it. Maybe wondering if his number will even be called in this, as the majority looks to try and group up outside of A. Katie to get ready to wrap, and Nice throwing a couple nades over on that.
JS Feltner finding Katie.
Oh,
very
Nice.
Big important kill with Nice jumping over it towards that B site. What is that kill onto Dopplers? But Akimbo do get shut down across the map there, and that towards that A-bomb site, and Tyra is able to reposition.
Wow.
JS Feltner and Tyra close the door on Akimbo, but what an absolutely unreal shot coming out from Nice on that B-bomb site.
And I think we saw a round like that was really even deja vu in our last Anubis game that Akimbo had played, right? Nice getting those kills. You question what you were really doing there for a moment, questioning if Villainous are going to respond. So the cat was out of the bag at being one player. They don't get nervous, Villainous. They hold the line, and it pays dividends.
Oh, man. This is a very chaotic end of round there, but Villainous do come out on top, and again it is Katie looking to get active in towards mid, walking through that house smoke. JS Feltner content with giving the space, playing over towards Canva. The rest of Akimbo postured over towards this A-bomb site, crossing E-Bach. Gonna make a little bit of noise in sewers as two smokes come out, one in mid, one towards E-Box, and this op on Binox over towards this A-bomb site, Mike.
Yeah, and it could just get exactly what it has been waiting for. Flash out for Tyra, and a well-timed one at that. Finds one, but maybe too early. Only going to result in the death and a loss of that space. Katie going to wait in mid, waiting for Dopplers to come through. Aggressively finds Katie, and that's not normally one she would lose, but 3v3 anyway.
Yeah, 3v3 going into this post plant, and no utility really for either side. No stopping utility, only a flash for the CTs and a nade for the Ts, and they're going to be fighting out of heaven as Beast swings out and finds two, and maybe a little bit of miscommunication as Nox doesn't appear to be looking the right way, but he for Beast finds all three with an incredible spray, and Akimbo find their 11th.
Is he your niece or your nephew? I can't decide anymore. That was insane. This guy just with the spray transfer, the trigger discipline. There is not enough even space in that chaotic, soundbite in the TeamSpeak right there. I mean, one player barely turning and checking that corner. He must scream that Nice is there, but not enough time for the other players to turn around and trade it. Nice with a very, very nice clutch.
Oh man, Nice with an absolutely stellar clutch gives Akimbo their 11th, and Villainous forced to just half by here with some pistols and an MP9, and they're gonna get active over towards B main, and who else but Nice are they gonna contest? But only able to find one. Beast gets the trade, but Katie with a trade back, and Katie with two more to close it out. Who else but Katie to close out the round to put them on match point?
Absolutely insane performance here towards the end of the Akimbo offensive side. And right now, they're going to be sitting on a map point here in this best of one. Villainous, they have been undefeated so far. So have Akimbo. And they're looking to continue on that. Round 21 is where we're at. Let's see if they can make it happen.
Let's see if they can make it happen indeed. Going to be light on that utility, so we're gonna need to see them win their aim duels. And it's gonna start with Katie in mid, because where else would it start? And JS Feltner does get spotted, but Katie comes out the loser in HP. Down to 53. As Akimbo look to be posturing over towards this E-box position. And Villainous, 2 players here ready to respond. Doppler's tucked in nice and tight. Beast playing the bait. Binox with this M4 in charge of watching towards B main. But Akimbo content with just burning this clock.
Here
Not
comes.
needing to force anything, but oh man, Katie with another clean shot, and Nox, other star of this game so far, gets a second, but
What?
JS Feltner chiming in with 2 huge kills out of Palace.
Look at the gap, though. Right into A they will go. Flixie is going to lead the charge. This is where he has sat all game and been patient for this a moment where they're able to take it over the line. Florence will punch in the digits.
Yeah, that bomb is going to go down for essentially everything here. Florence with an op and Flixie with a Galil. That nade chunks Tyra down to 22, and a flank from JS Feltner. This could actually be huge, but Florence is aware. Florence is aware, and Florence is going to get the kill. And now it's all left on Tyra in a 1-on-2, dropping out towards site, and Florence is going to close it out. 13-8 here on Anubis.
Oh my goodness, Fraq, what a way to stay undefeated. But we are going to be having an interview here with Florence in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
When I saw you again, I knew I wanted you, but I had to hide it. I had to hide it, 'cause I have grown strong without you around. I've just gotta fight it. I don't wanna go. Don't wanna fall into your arms again. Don't wanna give you everything I have and see you walk away. Don't wanna fall into your arms again. Don't wanna be reminded of the pain and the love.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. And after that beautiful Akimbo victory where they stay undefeated, we're going to be having Florence joining us again. How are you doing after that huge victory, my friend?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Great to hear. Great to hear. And you're back on to Anubis tonight. And we saw you guys have a very nice victory on that last time. Did you guys change anything up after that victory going into today? Because it looked a lot nicer. Not saying that it was too flawless before, but I mean, today it was just amazing. That rip of rounds at the beginning, and you guys just closed it out so beautifully. Why? Was it because of that previous game, or were you guys just on your game plan?
We were just playing with a little bit more confidence today. So, I mean, I could say that about myself. So, I was definitely going for more aggressive peaks. Not all of them worked out, but I was definitely calming more, and so were other people. I feel like we got more comfortable on the map since last time.
Certainly. It certainly looks so. It certainly did, but it looked particularly comfortable for a couple people. Katie, Nice, were all having insane games. What was going on with them tonight? Were they just clicking as per usual?
Well, Katie asked Ben to carry, so.
Looks like it worked. It looks like it worked.
Yeah, it looks like it worked.
Yeah, speaking of Nice, what a just an absolutely insane 1v3 there.
Yeah, I know.
On Ticket 11. What was the team speak like after that round?
Flixie was the loudest. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's pretty believable. That's pretty believable. But you know, you guys end up on Anubis again tonight. You guys have Villainous up to bat. These guys are undefeated, but hey, I see the cat walking around back there. Very nice cat.
Thank you.
You guys are keeping on that streak. What's it like to stay undefeated? Obviously, maybe getting some of your first real competition of the season, I know you guys, how you view some of these teams in advance in the competition, but how does it feel to really get that first victory against a worthy opponent on the board?
Honestly, I think our last game was a worthy opponent too, like Solgoat's team. I mean, they've always been good in scrims.
Yeah.
I don't think record matters that much because, I mean, like, yeah, we're just here to play it, honestly. But yeah, I mean, I guess it must feel nice to play against better teams, but it all matters in BO3. So yeah, just another victory. That's all I care about. You know, it doesn't matter how many wins or losses we have, as long as we make playoffs, as long as we, you know, go far in that. I think everyone will be happy in that. I think regular season matches don't really matter to us that much. It's just, you know, for the seeding. But yeah.
Do you think that with the MR12 change, do you think that you might prefer the regular season to maybe change to best of threes in the future? Maybe you would make the regular season a bit more impactful?
Maybe, because the matches are very much shorter. Like scrims are like 45 minutes nowadays. Some people do like the overtime stuff in scrims, but that's weird. Some like not all of them, not a lot of people do that. At least the people that we scrim. And I don't know. I guess it would be nice to have BO3s, but like ECL changed it back to like 2 BO1s.
Right.
I don't think that's gonna be like happening soon at least.
Yeah, that was a bit of an interesting change. Seems like we're going backwards in a couple of different facets, but Florence, you're staying undefeated, and we're so proud to call you that on the cast. I mean, it was such a great game. Love seeing Anubis too. You guys really run that thing. But Florence, it's been an absolute great night to this point. Do you have anything to say to the fans, or your teammates or coaches watching right now? And actually, that does remind me, any update on the coach situation?
We're trying out a few coaches. That's all I can say.
Awesome.
Flixie's my GOAT of this match. I love you, Flixie.
Thank you, Noah. We love you.
Yeah.
That's amazing to hear. That's amazing to hear. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be throwing this thing to an intermission just real quick so we can get Florence out of here. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on, my man. We will be right back. And wow, Noah, did I just call you Noah? Oh my goodness. Wow, Fraq. Yeah, we were just talking about Flixie. We're giving him a little trouble, you know? The man had... Can we get Launders to review this VOD bad or unlucky game? Unfortunately, it didn't put it together in the stat category, but that's not what we're here for. I'm not one talking about those big numbers, but hey, man, everybody did their jobs tonight. It was quite a performance. Even Flixie, I mean, you look at the stat sheet, you watch the game, do completely different things, but it's been an absolute blast to cover Akimbo again, especially with you, Fraq.
Oh, I appreciate you, Akimbo, and LCA for having me out again for another amazing game to... Sorry, getting a little bit sick here, but love being out here, love
sick
casting with you.
Hopefully not.
Love casting these games, and I definitely hope to be on more of these Akimbo games and just every game with you, Mike.
Certainly so, and yes, likewise, I do love covering, but I love covering these Akimbo guys. I mean, you know, there are some teams that we get to casts that, I mean, are very, 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 very entertaining, but I mean, every time we got the knee big spray transfers, we got the big moments. I mean, every time with the squad is an absolute ball. But unfortunately, this is where all of them have to come to an end. When our best of ones, hey man, we're running it out. I mean, this thing felt like a sprint. You know, maybe we would like to see some BO3s, but hey, maybe for another time. But unfortunately, that has been it all for myself and Fraq tonight. This has been an LCA Broadcasting production. Fraq, you got anything else to say to the fans in the chat?
I appreciate everybody coming out and listening to Mark and I cast this game. Couple of guys being dudes. And thank you to the Akimbo roster and the Villainous roster for putting on a great show for us tonight. And I think that's it from me.
Certainly is. And yeah, like I said, this is going to be an LCA Broadcasting production. My name is Ben, Get the Bag Mark. I've been with @FraqKTR. Make sure to go check out Akimbo Esports and shout out to them having us back again. But we will see you all next time. I believe the next game will either be Wednesday or Thursday. So we will see you for some more Akimbo action then. Everybody have a great rest of your night. Bye.
Peace.
When I saw you again, I knew I wanted you, but I had to hide it. I had to hide it, 'cause I have grown